Awful waffles. The mechanical chef couldn't cook, but Richard thought his grandmother needed the company of such a handsome appliance, which he'd bought on sale from Robocom Incorporated for a mere $150,000. Richard liked a bargain, and suspected all along that the streamlined, shining chef was faulty. But since his grandmother was in her 90s, Richard thought it wouldn't matter if her food was bad. He wanted to ingratiate himself with the old woman and spent her money to do so. "You need the company, Grams," he explained, lighting a Havana cigar. "This way, you won't have to go down to the cafeteria every day for meals. Marcus the robot will prepare whatever you ask him to. He'll even go grocery shopping for you. How would you like that?" Richard hoped for a speedy settlement of the will when his grandmother died, as certain she would soon, and a large part of her estate would be his, if he played his pinochle right. "What did you say, dear?" Grams asked, slipping on her Nikes. "I'll be jogging if you need me." "Yes, by all means," Richard replied. "I was just telling you about Marcus here, the mechanical chef. I bought him for you so you won't have to go downstairs to the cafeteria with the old folks for meals anymore. It'll make life easier for you. I hope he goes easy on the salt." "Well, thank you. He looks like Justin Bieber now that Justin's all grown up. A sort of smooth and shiny Bieber, but handsome just the same. Does he sing?" "I think so," Richard said. "It doesn't matter then if he can't cook." Grams jogged out the door, down the stairs, and left Richard alone with Marcus the robot. They stared at one another. "Do you sing?" Richard asked. Marcus opened his mouth and began Irving Berlin's first song, Marie from Sunny Italy. "Grams will like that. Let's see what's in her cupboards." Richard and Marcus opened doors and drawers, searching for ingredients. They found wild rice, quinoa, cans of stewed tomatoes, boxes of whole grain crackers, brie and mozzarella cheese, radishes, lettuce, milk, and juice in the fridge, frozen vegetables, chicken, and tilapia fish in the freezer. "Very full larder," Richard said. "You can make something great from this, Marcus. Let's surprise her." "Where's the flour and sugar?" Marcus asked. "Oh, you do talk. Well, they're here in canisters." "I'm proud of Grams. She eats well." "I make waffles." "Can't you make anything else? It's dinner time." "I make waffles." Grams returned an hour later, panting, and tore off her Nikes. She sat on the couch and sipped a glass of wine while Marcus puttered about the kitchen. He emerged moments later with a magnificent waffle and homemade syrup. "Very nice." Richard smiled and raised his eyebrows. Turned out that waffles were all Marcus was good at. Chocolate waffles for breakfast with jam, blueberry waffles for lunch with whipped cream, whole grain and flax waffles for dinner with raspberry syrup. Grams was delighted. Richard grew tired of waffles each time he came for dinner. "Is that all you can make?" he asked the robot one day. "No," Marcus said. "I make roast chicken." The chicken was pink inside and burned on the bottom. The potatoes were lumpy and hard. The chef forgot the salad. The fresh rolls were somehow soggy. "Very disappointing," Richard said. Marcus continued to make waffles and sang. He sang an aria from Aida. He sang classic rock and roll. He sang Cole Porter songs, which Grams liked. Marcus was driving Richard over the line from neurotic to psychotic. Richard began to visit less often. Grams never tired of waffles and songs. She began to thrive on the company of Marcus. Richard wondered if the old woman would ever stop jogging, stop the health consciousness, start pushing up sunflowers in the plot he'd paid for 20 years before. Richard was the only living relative. He had dreams of retiring early, then dreams of traveling with senior groups. Then he began to worry.